This tutorial is for schools who wish to get the most out of their survey reports. Please view the previous video if you need support in setting up your surveys. So to view your reports, you need to log on to Kaboka and then select the My Survey Reports tab along the top. As you can see, next to all the different surveys, there is a View Reports button. Clicking on this View Reports button will take you through to a section that will outline a report for each question that you've asked in your survey. So for example, top requested sports will give you an outline of the most popular sports requested across your school. From this example, we can see that football is the most popular, and by clicking on football, it will name all the pupils in the school who've asked for football as an extracurricular club. You have the options along the top to filter each of the graphs by gender, change from percentage to hard figures, or to select an individual year group. There's some additional filters which I'll go into shortly. If you repeat the same survey and it's done more than once, you have the option to compare your results. So you can select the report from a previous survey and compare like for like to see if there's been any improvements. If we go back to the main body of reports, another question on the physical activity survey is around 30 active minutes in a school day, which is a recommendation by the Chief Medical Officer. So for this school, we can see that 16% of pupils are not meeting the 30 minutes requirement of physical activity per day. If we click on the nose, we get the names of the pupils who are not doing the 30 active minutes. And then at the top here, we've got a Create Custom filter. By clicking this, it creates a group with just these pupils in. So if we then go back to reports and we select the top requested sports, we can now look under the filter group and just include those that are not meeting the recommended 30 minutes a day in school of physical activity. This will redo the graph, and then by clicking on the football, we see the names of those pupils who are not doing 30 minutes who would benefit from a football club. This can happen with any of the reports outlined in the report section. You also have an all data report, which is this green button at the bottom, which will give you an overview of all the questions and a breakdown of all the answers across the whole survey. This is really useful for SLT to have a snapshot of the whole school. You can also create development plans for any year group teachers in the school. So if we select Year 6, the system will then strip out all of the data from year groups reception up to Year 5 and just give the Year 6 totals. So this is just relevant to the Year 6 teacher. What that teacher can then do is look down the questions and look at examples for the pupils who have not been involved in leadership and get the names of those pupils. They may also be interested in those that haven't represented their school in a sport and those that can't swim 25 metres. They can then print out this report and have it as a development plan. So when an opportunity comes around for leadership, they know these are the pupils that they would need to invite to the leadership training. When the next competition takes part, they need to get these people involved in competition, and they need to use their top-up swimming money to access these two pupils who still can't swim 25 metres at the end of Year 6. That's a brief run through of the report section. Hope you find this useful and it makes a difference to your school.